Caliber is a game I've been looking forward to for the last couple of months. It's no secret I'm a huge fan of third-person shooters. They offer a unique perspective on the shooter genre and come with their own set of challenges. But today I'm here to answer the not-so-simple question: is Caliber worth playing? Before we start plodding along through this video, make sure to high-five that lovely red subscribe button, and whilst you're there you might as well leave the video a like. Graphically, Caliber is not great. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't consider the graphics bad by a long shot, but the game has nothing to scream and shout about. Usually a developer adds at least one flair to the game, something that catches your oogling eye's attention. Caliber is just fine. There's not much more to say about the graphics. They're doing their job. I would love to see some more creativity, something simple like god rays or cool weather effects, but at the end of the day, they're fit for purpose, so I really can't complain. Caliber's gameplay feels like a 10-ton brick with the elegance of a swan. Hear me out with this one. If this was any other style of game, this whole video would be me moaning. But Caliber is a team-based, tactical, third-person shooter, and I have a soft spot for that combination. The movement in this game feels a bit clunky at times. Caliber is very much boots on the ground. You don't get people jumping all over the place because you can't jump. The closest you can get is vaulting over select low pieces of cover. After a handful of games I got used to how it felt. Although I still didn't find it great, it was definitely bearable. One of the biggest challenges in this game is actually ammo management. You start off with a small number of magazines, and the only way to refill your magazines is to use an ammo crate. You'll find these jotted around each map. In an attempt to conserve your ammo, you'll spend a lot of time carefully considering your shots and tap firing. One thing I currently dislike about Caliber is the fact that when you first get into the game, you're forced to play PvE matches until you've reached level 4. Don't get me wrong, the PvE aspect of this game has nothing wrong with it at all, but I've always hated when developers lock content like this behind a level wall. When I first heard about Caliber, the only thing I cared about was the PvP. I didn't actually know it had PvE at all until I went to install the game. The PvE is actually rather enjoyable, but all of the missions are pretty much exactly the same, so when you've played a few, you get bored really quickly. This is why putting PvP behind a level wall makes no sense. Some people will get bored before they even experience the rest of the game. Luckily, reaching level 4 doesn't take too long, so even though I think it's a bad move, the suffering doesn't last too long. When it comes to difficulty, Caliber is a bit 50-50. In PvE, as long as you have a full team, you will more than likely win. PvE gets difficult if a team member leaves or dies, all because of one stupid reason. 9 times out of 10, when you're a team member down, you all just run out of ammo. Those ammo crates I mentioned earlier have a long cooldown on them. This is obviously done to add the challenge of ammo management to the game. Personally, I think this should be adjusted so that when you're a team member down, the cooldown on the ammo crates is slightly reduced. I think this will make PvE an overall more enjoyable experience and less frustrating when this happens. PvP, on the other hand, is an entirely different kettle of fish. Due to the restrictions set upon you by the game, it can be grueling, and I love it. The only other time I feel this frustrated while simultaneously enjoying myself is when I've played CSGO, and I love CSGO. Now down to the question at hand: is Caliber worth playing? Well, at the moment, I can kind of recommend it. I know that's vague, but the thing is, this game is good, but it could be so much better. All I can do currently is say, yes, the game has potential. It's enjoyable, but at the same time, I struggle to want to play it, and sometimes it can feel almost tedious just to load it up. If I had to rate Caliber out of 5, I'd give it 3.5. With some work, it could easily get up to a 4.5, but I don't think it'll ever reach 5. It lacks the stranglehold that truly great games have on people, and I don't think that's something the developers can add in. Not all great games have to be popular, and I'm not trying to shoot Caliber down in any way, but I truly don't believe that this is a game that will last. And honestly, I want to be proven wrong. What are your thoughts on Caliber? Share the good, the bad, and the ugly in the comments down below.